Alrighty, let's go through these alliance teams then. So I'll start just by going there. This is my first team. This is what I'll refer to as the main team. Um, this is like kind of all the best units, and this is the team that will do the most damage throughout it. And we want to aim to keep this team alive throughout the whole throughout the whole like until the very end. This is kind of the most important team. We then have this is the crit team. We've got units that scale with crit, um, with Marla buffing crit, and these two scaling with crit and doing more damage based off the crit they have. This one is, what do we call this? Oh, this is just T-Knight team. This is used against some bosses. This team is probably one of my weakest teams, because it's just not very good. Then we've got this one. This is like Sorbet team. This is basically used against Frost Queen, when we fight her, and a couple other of the single target ones. 3 healers, which is probably a bit overkill, but it's much for muchness. And then we've got this team, which is like the troll team. This is mainly used to take out the trolls, at wave, what is it? Wave 13, and then a couple other ones. You swap into them just they tank a bit of damage. Um, so if we'll go into a battle now, and I'll just demonstrate kind of how it works. And I'll probably just do one run. So we start off on main team. I've got plenty of cookies leveled up, so I get like a 15-second boost, I think it is at the start. And yeah, so then basically this main team will just carry us for pretty much all of the for pretty much all of it, or at least up until wave 12. Or it depends. There's a wizard that comes up, and that can stuff us depending on who they hit. I think wizards like wave 10, I think it is. And then when we get to wave 12, that's when Sea Fairy pops up, and that's what we either continue using main, or we can swap to Sorbet if our main team is low. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We should get up to about wave 26, wave 27. Yeah, depending. And yeah, as you can see, like our caramel arrow is doing most of the damage here. And we'll see at the end when we look at the stats and the attack, like how much damage they've done. We'll see that caramel arrow will have a lot of the damage. Okay, so against this wizard, there's not much you can do really. You just got to hope he doesn't nuke your front line, which he has done. Okay, he nuked out my healer, which could be bad depending on. Oh, they're very low. So Pomegranate's low now, which means that if she dies here, it's gonna be pretty bad for the rest of the runners, the main team. But there's not much I can do about it. I just gotta have to hope that she doesn't take damage and that she heals up. And she's starting to heal a bit, but there's really not much I can do about it. And we just gotta, yeah, hope that she doesn't die. At least it didn't nuke our front line, which is probably the most important one to not nuke. I will say. Okay, we're on to wave 11 now. Wave 11 is not too hard. And then wave 12, we either continue using this team, or we swap to Sorbet. And I'm thinking I might swap to Sorbet. Well, actually, maybe not. No, we won't. We won't. We'll just stay on this for Sea Fairy. Because our Pomegranate healed up a fair bit. And so they're going to take a fair bit of damage here. Because Sea Fairy is just really good. But we should kill her reasonably quickly. Yep. And that should be her dead. Okay, now we've got trolls, so we want to swap to the troll killing team. Because this is wave 13. These trolls, they hit pretty hard. So we've got characters that put out like a little, what are they, like summons. So the summons can take care of them. Even so, they're still getting wrecked pretty hard. All right, and now that's cleared, we can swap back to our main team, and our main team will just carry us until wave 20 now. So we've got 6 more waves to clear, and hopefully, yeah, our main team can carry us to there pretty easily. And then we've got a couple other teams that we want to swap into for the enemies there. Also, yeah, with this, it doesn't really matter about what cookies you have leveled. You do want to put toppings on them if you're going to be using them, because that does affect them. But if you've got enough leveled up, then they'll be level 60 anyway, and they'll have their skills leveled up to 60 as well. So it really doesn't, like, you really don't need to worry about who is leveled, but you probably want to get them to about 30, because then you can put, and that doesn't cost much in XP at all. And once you get into about 30, then you can equip toppings on them. And even if they're just like level 6 toppings or something, they still will make a large difference. Also, my tank's looking pretty weak here. Damn it. Yeah. So I've done, because I let Dark Choco die. That was silly of me, which means that the rest of the run's pretty much doomed. I'm probably only going to get like, I'll probably get 600,000 as opposed to like 1,000,000. I should have swapped to a different team. Probably this team would have been best. Had just swapped to the crit one, but I didn't realize it until it was too late. And yeah, it's really just about getting pretty high, because you get better rewards the higher you go, and then you only need to have one really good run before it, like, and then one really good run to get a good score. Luckily, this team is pretty good even without a tank, because yeah, just the way it is. But it's a bit annoying that we've lost our main team. And also, you never want to let a team fully die until the end. So even if you keep them alive on like the tiniest little bit of health, like just the smallest bit of health, that will be worth it, because if they die, you lose a massive amount of points. It's really bad. So you want to wait until the very end, the very, very end. All right. This is looking pretty doomed here. Let's swap to Sorbet for now, because we're going to need this team for the next enemy. So this team is super low, basically. Like, they're going to die straight away as soon as we swap into them. But because they didn't fully, that team's still alive, technically, we didn't lose out on any points. So we're at 600,000 here. And we've still got most of our teams alive. And so we'll just see if Sorbet can carry this. We do have 3 healers here, but we still take heaps of damage. Like, it's yeah. Frost Queen's pretty strong, and our tank's gone. Hopefully Sorbet can still beat this. Okay, immediately want to swap so that he didn't die. See, he's basically dead, but because we didn't, we're still going to get the points for it. We did kill Frost Queen. Alright. Now, it's kind of, we're just going to have to go with this team. This is probably the second best team. This is a pretty bad run. This is actually a very bad run. We want to have pretty much all our teams alive at this point. But we'll see here. Alright. 21. The next one will be 23. So after we beat this wave, we'll want to... Oh. Okay, we should be okay beating this. They do nuke our mid, though, and our DPS is probably going to die. Yeah, DPS died. Alright, what do we do? Swap to this team, I guess. No, we'll swap to T-Knight. We'll go T-Knight just for the moment. This isn't the best rotation I could do. Maybe I'll record another video with a better rotation. I'm just doing this on the fly, just because I can. And just to test it and see. Alright. This wave is annoying. Okay, so pretty much we want to swap. Have we cleared it? Okay, now we want to swap to this team now, because we've got some exploding thingamajigs. And so we just basically soak the damage up with this team. And then we want to go to T-Knight. And this is probably going to be the last wave. I don't think we're going to make it much further than this. And see if T-Knight can carry us. No. Yep, so that's as far as we make it. We'll now just use up our other teams, and we get, like, what? 830,000. Which, you know, isn't terrible, and it's probably, like, a lot better than I used to do, but it's still not as good as I could do. And then we use this last team up. And then we'll go and look at the damages and stuff. Yeah, this was not as good as my best run, but this still wasn't a terrible run, I guess. Alright. Oh, we cleared that. Okay. But yeah, we didn't get nearly as many points as we would have if our teams hadn't have died. Alright. And that's that. So, 853,000. I'll get both of these. And then we'll have a look at the damages. So, as we can see, our first team, Caramel Arrow doing the most, but Dark Cacao doing still a fair chunk, as well as Eclair and Cotton contributing. And then healing done, you know, they're both doing respectable healing. But we'll go through the teams, as we can see. Surprisingly, well, I can't remember her name. Anyway, she did most of the damage there. Got here, T-Knight obviously doing the most. Sorbet doing the most in this one. And then this one's kind of an even spread. This is a bit of a... This is teams just really to soak up damage. But yeah, that's that, I think. I don't think I can really say too much more. I'd have to, like, talk to each person about what teams they could make kind of individually, because it kind of depends. But you really could just copy this, like these teams, and you'd probably be pretty good. You might be able to get similar scores to what I'm getting. Rightio.